grow up. It's a green light. Just go through it.
It's New York City.
Idiots.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Metal Remains Backstage. Here we are in New York City, very close to the venue, Le Poisson Rouge, something like that, right?
I don't know. It's in French. I think it's Les Poissons Rouges.
Yeah.
Les Incompetents.
I'm Carlos, and here we have Rick from Extinction A.D. How are you today, man?
Good. You know what? It's cold, but it's warmer than it's been the rest of the tour.
Yeah.
So I'm happy. I slept in my own bed last night.
Right. It's a lucky day or night.
Yeah, it's a good day. Good day so far.
Yeah. Thank you for accepting the invitation today.
Yeah, for sure. Happy to be here.
Right. Thank you. How do you like the tour so far?
Oh, it's great. It's, you know what? It's so cool being on tour with like-minded bands and bands I think are cool, people I think are cool, and it's sick. You know, we're opening, so if there's no local, we're just straight up half hour after doors we play. But people are so psyched on this tour that usually the first band, you know, people are still coming in. You're playing to a quarter full place.
Yeah.
People are packing in early, so we're playing to like a lot of people every night.
Yeah.
So
people is eager to show.
Yeah, and it's a different crowd for us a little bit also.
Okay.
So it's a lot of new people,
okay,
but that's great for us.
All right.
You know, you can only play to the same people over and over and over again. You know, we can't continuously just play with thrash metal bands and crossover bands.
Right.
You know, I love doing both of those things.
Yeah.
But being able to play with, you know, death metal bands like Creeping Death and, you know, Decapitation is death metal is so much more. And the last 10 Seconds of Life is way different than everybody else. So everybody on tour has their own sound, and it's really cool to bring our sound as a mix and, you know, play to a bunch of new people.
Right. Awesome. You know, on tours, any unexpected thing might happen. Do you have any bizarre story so far? Something crazy?
Well, we started the tour January 13th. We left. We had a couple shows on the way out. The first show with the package tour is January 18th. We're from New York. The tour started in San Diego. So one corner of the country to the other.
Right.
And we drove through every weather condition. Heavy winds, rain, snow, sandstorms. Before the first show, we fishtailed 3 times in like 20 minutes. And every time it was worse. I'm driving so slow. And I'm thinking, we're not even going to make it to the first show. I'm going to crash the van and kill these other guys before we even make it to the first show. But it was fine.
You're driving?
Yeah, I do all the driving.
Okay.
Everybody else in the band's lazy. So I'm doing these like 13-hour drives, like 3 nights in a row.
Wow.
So I don't know if you're a Star Wars fan.
Yeah.
I felt like every day we were driving through a different planet. Like one day it was Tatooine, the next day it was Hoth. I was like, what is this? This is crazy. But we finally got to San Diego and beautiful Southern California.
Cool. How long it took you to get there?
4 days.
Wow. Did
4
you sleep?
days, a little bit. Less than I normally sleep. I don't sleep much as it is anyway.
Okay.
But we made it, and it's been worth it. Okay. All these long drives have been worth it. You know, we're in a van, and it's essentially a bus tour.
Right.
But hey, man, I mean, all we ever do is hustle. So we don't know any other way.
Nice. Awesome. Your latest EP, Chaos, Collusion, Carnage, and Propaganda, they call it CCP to make it short, right? Was released last year, 2021.
Yeah.
It has 4 songs on it. Are you playing all of those songs in this tour?
We play the first 2 songs.
Okay.
We had thrown around playing the rest of them. We were playing all 4 on the last tour, or 2 tours ago, that we had done, just fresh off the release of the album. But we have our new record coming out March 18th on Unique Leader Records called Culture of Violence. So we wanted to give some of those new songs a shot. You know, we released a video for the first single, Mastic. So we kind of are highlighting that song in the middle of the set.
Okay.
And, you know, trying to mix in some old stuff. So it's kind of older songs, 2 new songs everybody knows.
Right.
And then a few brand new songs. We figure we're playing to people mostly that have never heard us before anyway. Let's do what's most exciting for us and most fun.
Yeah.
Some of these songs we've been playing for like 6 years.
Oh, wow.
So even playing the Chaos Collusion Carnage Propaganda songs, that's still new to us. So if we get to do that and then mix in some of the new stuff that's coming out in March, it keeps it nice and fresh.
And the classics that people know, I guess, right?
Yeah. So we're playing 2 older songs that have been out for a while. Both have videos. So to me, it's a good mix. Hopefully, it's a good mix to everybody else.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. Your next album, Culture of Violence, it's set to be released later in the year, maybe in March?
March 18th.
Okay. Can you give us a glimpse about what to expect on that album?
Oh, man.
Is it going to be an album or an EP?
Full album.
Okay.
Let me try not to do the thing that every band does. Like, oh my God, it's the best thing we've ever done. It's heavier, it's faster, it's more this. Hey, grow up. It's a green light. Just go through it.
It's New York City.
Idiots. But dude, it's so sick. We're so psyched on it. In all actuality, for us, it's a little different. I don't think it's so different that people are going to be like, what the fuck is this? Unless they say that in a positive way, like, oh, you've done this before, you've done that before. What the fuck is this? But dude, it's been so exciting writing, recording, writing more, re-recording.
Right.
Usually we're so far ahead of the ball that by the time we record a full length, those songs are so old. So we release it. By the time we release it, we're kind of over it already. This album, we have some older stuff that's still new to everybody, but we have stuff that's like brand new, stuff we haven't written since we wrote right after we finished recording the last EP. So we have these new songs that are not just new to everybody else, but brand new to us, 2 months old, 3 months old, that are just about to come out. And some of it, we thought, this sounds like it wouldn't be on our 3rd record, it might be on our 4th record, so let's wait. So I was like, wait a minute. If this is something we wrote and we think it like really rules, why are we going to wait to have a transition? Let's just do this now. It's kind of that like second where you're a little timid about, oh, what's the response going to be? Then you realize, are we doing this for a response from somebody else, or are we doing this because we are enjoying what we're playing musically and we think what we're saying lyrically is important? Like, let's put the sickest shit forward, and if it's too different for someone, then fuck them. So we went so far with that the song that I think is like the most different and out there, hey, let's put that song first. So that'll be the first track on the record.
Do you think the pandemic has something to do? Because, shows have not been happening for almost 2 years.
Dude, absolutely. I think it's one of those things where, like, there's no holding back. Because who knows, even in September when we finally went out for our first tour after the pandemic, and we had a tour in November, December, like, who knows if they're going to pull the plug on that? And then especially this tour when, the variant is here and people are getting sick again. It was like, I don't know about this tour. So much so that one of the dudes that was supposed to be on tour with us bailed on us, like last minute. So at this point, there's no reason to hold back. And not that we've never held back musically. We absolutely never hold back lyrically. But now it's even conceptually. Whatever is fun and urgent and feels important, let's put that foot forward first. And that's what we've always done, and we do it that much more now.
Great. We cannot wait to listen to that album.
And we're just so psyched. That's why it's fun. I'm excited if anybody else is excited. But I don't think anybody could be as excited as the 4 of us are to release this record.
Great. Yeah. So we're gonna be looking out for that album, and whenever it's out, we're gonna be for sure listening to it, and we're gonna be talking about that in our show. To finalize this quick chat, Rick, would you like to send a message to the people out there watching this interview?
I mean, I don't want to harp on the don't hold back thing, but I feel like that's really important, and not even in the way of saying like, oh, don't be afraid to put something out musically. If you have something to say it. If you're afraid someone's going to have a varying opinion of it, and I mean this for better or worse, whether someone, I'm not just saying if you agree with me, say it out loud. If you disagree with me, say it out loud, but especially now, if we learned anything, be bold with what you're saying, because why are you going to hold anything back? On the flip side, there are consequences to things you were saying, and there's consequences to how you are influencing people. I think that's very important. And whether or not that you say something hateful and someone's holding you accountable, or if you're saying something out of line and someone comes and smashes you, maybe you shouldn't. Maybe not that you shouldn't have said it, but reconsider how you're thinking.
Right.
I know in this day and age you're not supposed to smash people anymore, but I mean sometimes people need to be smashed.
Right. Yeah. That's a great message. Yeah, absolutely.
But you know, in this day and age, I think people should know the difference between right and wrong. But who am I to say? Just because I think something's right and wrong doesn't mean it agrees with somebody else.
Yeah, and everybody has the right to have their own opinion.
Exactly.
Right?
Everybody definitely has a right to their own opinion. Everybody has a right to say what they want to say. Everybody else has the right to deal with some
We
consequences.
agree to disagree. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank you, Rick, for your time.
Yeah,
Thank you
of
for
course.
accepting our invitation. We hope we have only success in the rest of the tour and then so much fun. And you guys out there checking this interview, please support Extinction A.D. If you have the chance to see them live, go see them live. And until then, stay metal. Yeah. Sure it is.
Stupid loud cars. Loud cars aren't cool.
That was a motorcycle.
Loud motorcycles aren't cool. Loud motorcycles kind of cool. But maybe you're doing like a jump, doing a pop a wheelie.
Yeah.